I lose track of how many times people ask me how it is we sustain an improvised on-stage theater show for 90 minutes without a script. This brings me to a confession. Contrary to popular belief, improv actors are not witty or clever. Not when we do our jobs right. Every show, before we take the stage, we whisper something in the blackness, squinting backstage, and we say, "I've got your back." And we know it's mutual. Our show is an endless stream of first impulses blurted out and then justified by our onstage partners within the context of a developing story. Improv actors are acrobats, catching each other constantly in mid-flight, repeat and rinse, having full faith in the next catch as we subject ourselves to the mercy of gravity. Success in the battlefields of improv comes from something counterintuitive to battle: surrender. Every night that we do this, before we take the naked stage, bathing in the footlights and marinating in the stares of an audience, I confess to you, I'm terrified. And it doesn't matter that I've been doing this for years. The blackness is a womb, a self-regenerating rebirth machine. We are born again and again and again, every week, every show, every moment, moment by moment. And in this fight, we strive to live fully, kicking and screaming from the darkness into the terrifying light until the moment of death, exiting off stage, which, by the way, all the world is a stage, back into the darkness, back into the unknown. Uncertainty makes us human. Sure, we try to make decisions based on peer-reviewed analysis, but let's face it, life is improv. We make split-second decisions about what kind of cereal to have in the morning, hoping that Inspector number 32 at the processing plant did due diligence in keeping the rat poop out of my breakfast. We have a moment to decide whether that shady-looking cab driver is going to get us home safely at night, 2 a.m. from the airport, having our lives in his hands. Most of life does not afford us the luxury of the laboratory. Life is a cosmic game show whose decisions, without exception, offers us something to gain and something to lose, complete with that nagging inner voice that asks, or would you have preferred what was behind door number 2? We have to make peace with the fact that life will not always work out on our behalf. So indulge me in my conceit when I say that life well lived hinges on the improvisational principle. All that we have in life can be summed up in 2 ways. We have each other, and then we have the darkness and insecurity of the void. That is it. We need the mutual surrender that the time constraints of mortality demand. We need good partners that make up for the deficiencies in our wisdom and experience. I had the good fortune of surrendering to a good woman when I said, I do. We spent most of our early years fighting about the proper way to fold a towel or what we were going to watch when we hit the movies. The evolution of improvisational surrender evolved slowly in our relationship as I learned from her lead. She listened, she looked out for me, she built me up, and she cleared the minefield of obstacles that I threw into my own path. I say with great existential relief that I learned just in time. Our roles reversed when her fight with cancer became terminal, and her full-time hospice care fell on my shoulders. Let me tell you this morning, I am grateful for that fact. I'm grateful for that chance I had to turn the tables and to be the one to catch her falls for a change. Because plenty in my conscience unsettles me about the kind of unselfish partner I had been up to that point. I surrendered to her then. I surrender to her now. Maria Ivania Lambert, evolved from caterpillar to butterfly, morphed from my lover into a long overdue idea whose time had come, namely my happiness which she had always fought for. She remains my North Star, my compass. She still whispers to me now. She says, take the speaking gig, surrender to your bliss, face your fears. And yes, sometimes that means getting up every single morning without me. My call to action this morning is this: listen, live, and give. Live. Everything I have ever done right on stage came in response to good partners. I thank you for the time and attention you have surrendered to me these 6 minutes. I now surrender the stage. And yes, I've got your back.